Today's video is going to be a little bit hard to explain, but I'm going to try my best. You see, when I bought these Enkei PF01 Evos in black chrome, I really liked them and I was really happy with the wheels. But there was just always something missing about them. And here it is. This is the one thing I couldn't get over my wheels not having, was a polished lip. Now, these aren't polished per se, it's actually just brushed, but in my opinion, I just couldn't go without the polished lip on these wheels. I love them and all, but I've always had a soft spot for that JDM look with the polished lip. It's always been my favorite. So I decided to take the paint, strip it off the lip, and I really like the way it came out. It actually gives my car much more of a wider wheel looking aesthetic. I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but the wheels look wider and it looks way better in my opinion, and I'm so happy that I did it. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how I did it and how you can do it to your wheels at home. So this is everything you're going to need in order to polish your painted wheels at home. The first thing you're going to want to go pick up is some masking painter's tape. This is going to help because you're going to be using aircraft remover and you don't want to get it on the other parts of the rim that you don't want to strip. So get yourself some masking tape. Obviously the aircraft remover, you can buy this stuff on Amazon. Basically what it is it's paint remover. It's very, very strong. It's probably not that safe, but it works really well, especially if it's powder coat. Powder coat is extremely hard to remove. The next thing you're gonna wanna get is some sandpaper. This is 120 grit. So this is going to take off the paint. The next thing you wanna get is some plastic scrapers. This one, I've already put the sandpaper on. This kind of gives you an idea. You're gonna need some sort of scraper, or you can use, I've seen people use a popsicle stick, but the idea is to glue the sandpaper to the popsicle stick or whatever you're using. This is going to be a little controversial. This is actually a steel scraper. I say this is controversial because these are aluminum rims and a lot of people are going to go, whoa, that's crazy, you're scraping aluminum with steel. If you do this correctly, you're not going to remove any aluminum, and if you do, it's going to be such a minimal amount that it honestly won't make a difference. This is to speed up the process of removing the paint. You can use this for the really big parts of the paint if you're careful. Obviously you need a hot glue gun to glue the sandpaper to your popsicle stick, and then you're going to use a rag to clean up the aircraft remover. So let's get started. So the first step of the entire process is to actually clean your wheels. As you can see, if you just try to wipe it down, it's not going to really get off all of the dust that's on there. You're going to need to really clean it pretty well so that the aircraft remover can do its job. So obviously right now I'm just going ahead and cleaning the wheel. I'm going to be using some glass cleaner. I'm actually going to use this rag to clean it by hand. You don't want a layer of paint between, you don't want a layer of dirt, sorry, you don't want a layer of dirt between the aircraft remover and the paint. You want it to basically have nothing in the way so that its job is the easiest it can get. This next step is going to be the hardest to show, but basically what you're going to do is use the masking tape and you're going to cover all of the areas of the wheel that you don't want the you're just going to mask off everything here that you don't want to remove the paint from. This is going to take a while. start putting on the aircraft remover. It's also getting dark. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna go tonight, but I will get as much as I can done and then return to it in the morning. Basically, just putting on a big glob, and I'm gonna use this scraper. Just grab this light, just painting it onto the wheel. So that's as far as that gloop went. So the next section, another gloop. Just kind of let it roll on. So maybe it is. Oh, the gloop. Oh, it's falling. I'm just gonna clean up the tire a little bit here. You can tell when you wipe it off the tire that it does eat the tire a little bit. No reason to panic, but it will eat your tire. Okay, so now what I like to do is, once it's all coated, I like to put the area that looks the thinnest at the top. So you're basically gonna leave it like this for 30 minutes to an hour. I found that it works better if you leave it on a little bit longer. I'm gonna come back to this and we'll see how it looks. All right, so I left the wheel overnight with the aircraft remover on it. Leaving it overnight is actually better because when I am going to remove the paint from this, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be letting the car be in gear and spinning the wheel. Now, why it's good to leave it overnight is because it allows most of it to dry already. If you have any wet aircraft remover on while you're spinning the wheel, it's going to be flying out from the centrifugal force, and it's going to get on your paint and it's going to eat your paint off your car, or in my case my wrap. It'll eat my wrap. You basically just use some kind of scraper here and just scrape off. This eats away at the main coat of the rim, basically the clear coat and the base coat. I'm just gonna get the lip real quick. Just wipe down all of this. Okay, once you have it sufficiently dry and you've removed all of the excess paint that has been eaten away, you're going to go into the car, start the car. That's why I have the car up on jack stands and why the wheel can spin. I'm gonna start the car and I'm gonna put it in 6th gear. And then I'm gonna slowly let the clutch out, and what that's gonna do is gonna make this wheel start rotating pretty fast, about like 20 or 30 miles an hour. That's idle in 6th gear. On a cold start, it'll be even faster. The first tool I'm going to be using is the metal scraper, because this is going to basically the sandpaper isn't going to do much in the first couple stages, because it's basically just removing all this excess paint. Now with this, you have to be very careful, especially if you're starting off with it like I am, because this thing will dig in and it will rip out of your hands, especially with the uneven surface. So I'm going to continue with this. Okay, so I stopped here, and hopefully if I get out of the way, you'll be able to see that I left some of the powder coat on. I don't want to go too deep because this thing is made of steel, obviously, and it will start chunking out some metal. It'll start grinding out the metal, and I don't want to do that. So now that most of it's removed, I'm going to be moving to the sandpaper. This is 120 grit, and basically the same thing. I'm just going to hold it on here. worn out. The sandpaper wore out, so I went and got a new one, glued it right on top of the old one. As you can see, I have most of the wheel done. I'm just going back with the 100, making sure any of the stuff I sanded by hand is smooth. Yeah, that should do it. Let me turn off the car and we'll see how it looks. Alright, so this is the finished product. Looks pretty good if you ask me. Made sure to get the outer lip as best I can. There's a little bit of weird stuff going on the very outside where it meets the tire, but you're never really gonna see that, so it's pretty good. Let me start removing this tape and we'll see how it looks. Alright guys, this is the finished product. Sorry about the kids yelling. That's just a neighbor. The neighbor's kids are out. There's a couple areas I don't really like on this edge where I guess it ate through the paint. Like I said, just a couple areas I don't really like. As you can see there, it started to kind of go through the paint, or go through the wheel. I think I can remove most of this clear. It'll make it look at least a little better. Other than that, I am very satisfied. It makes the wheels look so much more wide, I guess. Like this lip seems like it sticks out way more than the spokes now. I don't know. That's just my observation. There's the back. Did that one. That one looks really good. With the fender there. Ooh. Slammed. That should look so good. Oh, my car's gonna look so good. Alright, I'm just gonna drop this thing down off the jack stands and then probably pull it out into the street, or maybe just leave it in the driveway and I'll get you guys some cinematics of the car. But yeah, very happy with how this turned out.
I can't call her unless she kiss me. I don't know her, but she saying that she miss me. Rolling with like 450. Why they wanna send me under fucking 6 feet? Help how they want, yeah, I'll keep it safe far. Never out in public cause they talk. Got a taste, got a shell shock. Try me to hell in a drop top. Try me to hell in a drop top. Fuck up, you don't so far. Hate that you pay me for the things that I cannot control. I'm not just trying to make it work for us too much. On my plate, got it all at stake. They hate me now, but you have my place. Tell me lies, tell me that it's all okay. Tell me why, tell me even if it's sad.
Alright guys, well that's where I'm gonna end today's video. Yes, I know my car needs a car wash. I have a video coming up soon. A company sent me a bunch of products to review to wash a car with, well, to wash my car with. So I'm gonna be doing that. Stay tuned for next week's video when I do that. I'm really happy with how the wheels came out. If you enjoyed watching, please make sure to drop a like down below. Subscribe if you want to see more RSX content or E36 content. Now that I have the E36, I'm gonna be making a drift build with that car. and it's gonna be super sick. What else? Follow me on Instagram, RoyTheBoy_IG. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you. Peace out. I will catch you guys next time.
Bye.